So are we in a bubble? It's the big question. This is Jerry Citarella. Jerry Citarella Presents, where I try to provide valuable information and timely information. And right now, the big talk is a bubble, a bubble, a bubble. I'll be the let me start over. I will be the one person who's honest and say, I don't know. But you're hearing a lot of people talk about it, and there's some concerns. The question is, are the markets too high, and are they going to come down? And a lot of other people say they're not too high, and every high point can have its next high point. And every expert has an opinion on it, but I think the general concern is about people wondering where things are going, and a lot of them don't really have the knowledge. It's just based on, I guess, fear, some logic. I mean, things are high, and how much higher can they go? But realistically, here's what we're looking at. We're in a place right now where the stock market has done, and I'm talking about the stock market when I say bubble, you probably figured that out. The stock market has done extremely well. Out of 2022, which was a horrible most of the year, it's when inflation started. That's when interest rates went up. 2022 was rough. And since then, the recovery has been amazing. And the recovery, especially in the more aggressive stocks, a lot of the tech stuff and AI. And as that went well, it's kind of pulled other parts of the market with it, and it's driving the stock market in general. And some of those things are elevated to the point where if you look at them from an analysis standpoint, which I'm not going to get into now, we can look at them and say, yes, they are probably too expensive. But about the time we finish that sentence, they sign a contract or there's some new technology, and then all of a sudden their revenues catch up with their price and they're not that expensive anymore. So I would say it's kind of risky to try to pick bubbles, if you will. And when you say a bubble, that's kind of the expectation of something really bad happening. Okay, I would say if we're overpriced, then maybe there's a correction. If we're overinflated dramatically, then maybe there's a bit of a crash. But a bubble is when a bubble bursts, it's horrible. We're talking about the tech bubble in 2000, and then we're talking about the financial crisis. And so are we in a bubble? Again, that's a word that I think is probably overused for dramatization, which I've talked about before. But the reality is, yes, right now, valuations on companies as compared to their stock prices, the stock prices are probably a little bit high in many instances, but it doesn't mean we can't continue to go and continue to grow. So I would say with the proper plan, long-term planning, understanding there's always going to be ups and downs, and as I've said in past videos, keeping your emotions out of it and not listening to people who don't know what the heck they're talking about, and just understand that just because someone's on the TV or on social media, it doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. But with a good plan, with the proper portfolio appropriate for your risk and the right time frame and expectations, things like this time where things are a little overpriced are kind of built into it, and you can adjust for it a little bit. But I would say don't overreact. And if you don't know what the heck you're doing, call me or someone else who knows what they're doing. So is it a bubble? I don't know, and nobody knows, because people were calling it a bubble 3 months ago and 6 months ago and a year ago and a year and a half ago, and it's continued to climb with little corrections in the meantime. So you know what? Put a good plan together, stick to that plan, work with someone who knows what they're doing, be successful in your investing and everything else you'll do, and call us at Prosperitas Financial if you need any quality, value, experienced help. Talk to you soon.